what's up, guys, and welcome to the Geek Street, where the street speaks. Once again, my name is Jess, and I have my geek buddy over here, Arvin. Say hi, Arvin.
What's up, guys?
Okay, before we go ahead, I just want to ask you guys for a small incy-wincy favor to like and subscribe and also hit the bell button on our YouTube page over here. So since you guys are here, you're watching our video, right? It won't take you very long. Just go ahead and do it because this would tremendously support us and motivate us to do more content for you guys. And because we have fun doing this, so we would love your support in doing this as well. Okay, so before we go ahead, I just want to give you a little highlight on what we're going to talk about. So basically, we're going to talk about the recent news that Marvel has fired the writers for Daredevil Born Again. Okay, so basically, we're going to be talking about the reason why this thing was done, and also the effects, what are the plans, and also what is the future for MCU's series moving forward. So a lot of you guys know that Marvel Studios has fired the writers and directors for Daredevil Born Again. Mostly Chris Ott and Matt Corman, they are the lead writers for the series, and they were fired very abruptly. And you guys know that Marvel has gone through a lot of hiccups, right? I wouldn't say hiccups, but then a lot of delays with their show, with their movies and their series. Mostly reason being like COVID, affected shooting delays. And then recently we had the writer's block. So I really pity Charlie Cox because Daredevil Born Again was a very anticipated show, and it's been long overdue. People have been waiting, and production was going on. But then due to this kind of delays with the writer's block and everything, and then now with this whole revamp, that they just decided to fire everyone and to do a creative reboot with the show, people are actually concerned and also excited to know, what is going on. So, Arvin, you are the OG Daredevil fanboy. Can you let us know what is actually happening?
Yeah, like many of all the Daredevils, and I'm one of them who's really excited when they announced Charlie Cox is coming back, and then Charlie Cox coming back, and then they are announcing that the Daredevil series is coming up. So super happy, and we all are big fan of the Netflix Daredevil shows. It was really something which we will always remember by as the Daredevil character. Charlie Cox just really hit it out of park. Amazing acting by him, and so I mean, what tends to happen is this current, not current, but most of the film industries, when a production house chooses a director to do something, and then the directors or the writers are writing something, and it does not work out, they just shift to another writer if it does not work out. So sometimes when it happens to big production houses and fan favorite franchises, fans tend to get concerned. It just moves from one hand to another. That's what I think happened with Multiverse of Madness, because initially I think Scott Derrickson had an amazing vision for how that sequel was supposed to be, but not any hate or blame towards Sam Raimi, but I think the creative hate of how they wanted it to be, it became like that. So like I said, that's how we moved hand to hand. That's how it happened. So we were very concerned. So with this Daredevil thing, I was concerned, but I'm happy it literally ended, and they're going to creatively reboot this whole thing, because initially with the writers thing, how they wrote this thing was, initially there were more courtroom scenes than Daredevil being in his suit and fighting, in the street, and more action based. Does not have that, and it was Daredevil was going to suit up only after episode 4. That was another bad decision making.
First 3 boring episodes.
Basically. And one of the things is that the characters which revolves around Charlie Cox Daredevil in the Netflix series were very crucial that's what made him Daredevil. Those characters around him were very crucial. He was very important. And supposedly, his best friend, Foggy Nelson, dies. That's the reason why he hangs up his suit, does not wear it. He does not want to be Daredevil anymore. So, a core character, side character is dead. Like, who comes up with this idea? Who is writing this kind of story? So it's how I explained, that's how bad it could have happened. And I think if that was released, every Daredevil fan would be outraged with the whole product of it. I think that's again, it's not only for the whole Daredevil series, it's all for the whole upcoming Disney Plus series and what has released before. Like, the outcome of it has been not up to par. So Kevin Feige now, I think that's why when he, reimagined a lot of things, and I think his decision making for this particular Daredevils, this whole Disney Plus series was a plus. Definitely a plus, because it means not only Daredevil, every other series which is going to be released right now is going to be retuned, reimagined with a proper showrunner, and it's going to be a good, solid series moving forward with the MCU.
Actually, you know what my concern is or not? Like, okay, I can understand like, for example, like WandaVision, She-Hulk, Miss Marvel, mini-series with very little episodes and short running time. But yet, they still wasted a lot of time with fillers and unnecessary stories just to get to the main point, Like, you see WandaVision, we had to wait for a few episodes to go until things start picking up. Miss Marvel was the same also. She-Hulk also was the same. Like, She-Hulk was the worst. Like the story only picked up at the last episode. So, to see that they don't have much content to do even with a short and controlled miniseries, and now they want to do a showrunner format and multiple episodes and multiple seasons. How much of content can they put in? Like, I'm just so worried that what they did for the short series, they're going to amplify it more over here, and they're just going to waste a lot of time just dragging and dragging and dragging. Because, I'm not really a long season, multi-season superhero fan, like now, right now I'm rewatching X-Files and it's just getting boring at one point, because it's like different stories, and then only at the end of the season they link everything back and the actual story happens, So, for example, I tried watching Flash, I tried watching Arrow, and it was the same thing. It was so draggy, and then sometimes when they do so many seasons, at one point they just lose their direction and we don't know where they're going. So that's my concern. Like now, when there's no control over the time span, are they going to do the same thing with this series?
I agree. At the same time, I can disagree with you. I agree. Why? Because they have this habit. The showrunners have this habit when they have the format of theirs. I think if like the first 2 seasons really blow up and gets the audience, get a hook on it, I think they feel like, okay, it's all about money. Okay, money, right? So I make this run even more longer, I can get even more money. I mean, there are fans. For example, like me, I'm a big fan of Supernatural. Up till now, I am a Supernatural fan. I grew up with Supernatural. I can rewatch Supernatural 1,000 times, and it was up to 15 seasons. Just to let you know, okay, 15 seasons. I can watch it again. I have no problem. There is a downside of it, because it's never addicting, and it became all the way from ghosts, and it became from ghosts became demons became angels at the end became God himself. So I mean, I can agree with you. Sometimes it shouldn't be too long, again, because of the money they're getting, right? So when you get a hook on something, people want to watch more, so you pay the money, even though how shit it is. So that's the downside of it. I can agree with that. But the what which I disagree with you is showrunner can do a better job than executives, because what's going on right now in Marvel particularly, since there are no showrunners, and Kevin Feige cannot be watching all over everything like movies, series, and everything.
Mm-hmm.
As it is, he has been watching over the movies, and now he has to look over series. So practically, what happens is he lets the executives look over the series, and they have no experience in showrunner. As a showrunner is different. They apply different format to it. For them, for executives in Marvel currently, it's just like a movie break down into 6 episodes, 9 episodes. So you don't see the flow. If you break down movies into episodes, the flow is wrong already. It's because the flow in the movie is going all the way. And if you take a movie format and you put it series, and you have in between episodes, it's like a break from the movie. I'm watching the movie halfway. What just happened? I have to wait for next week to continue watching my movie.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I mean? So it's that's what has been going on. So that is why we need a showrunner. And of course, I'm not saying that we need multiple seasons, such as 7 season, 8 season, 9 season. I don't think that is definitely that's not the right way to do in a Marvel universe. I think max I would give minimum 3 seasons, max 5 seasons, depending on how you structure the story. And episodes in every season, maybe 12. I would say a good solid 12 episodes, I think is good enough. And I think if you ask me why, I would say it is needed for multiple seasons. Why? Because, for example, Moon Knight, the Moon Knight story arc is for me, it just feel like I've just started to see the beginning of it. When am I going to see the more story arc of Moon Knight? Because I think their plan was to introduce a character, and this character now just got a crossover. But the backstory of the character, I won't get to see more, like the story arc. So this will be the fixing point for all the series. Where, for example, why I say we need multiple seasons for the series. Why? Because for example, if you take the movie franchises like the Marvel movies, the trilogy movies like Iron Man, Captain America, each movie is a story arc of the character. That's why it has a trilogy. So now, for example, Moon Knight, we would need multiple seasons to see the story arc move on. But not necessarily up to 7 seasons. Minimum 3, max maybe 5. So it's practically a trilogy of the series to show the story arc. So that's what I would want to see moving forward with the series.
Yeah. I think I can agree with that. You keep a short number of seasons and you focus more into the character arc rather than just filling in one episode. Oh, they encountered this, and then it's so unnecessary. Oh, they encountered that. But to focus on the story, then I think it'll be fine.
But I mean, the downside is when you do a limited series, so you just do 1 season series, so much of the story arc probably, now for example, you have a story arc breakdown. That means in the comics, you have the moving forward the story arc, you have a breakdown one by one. Now, when you have 5 chapters, all 5 chapters of the comics you compress into 1 season, then you cannot digest to it. For example, when I watch Moon Knight, I feel that there is a sort where I feel so compressed to it. Because we are starting to get to know, because Moon Knight is the first time we are introducing a character. So when we introduce the character, immediately it got introduced to Moon Knight, and this is the powers, and then this happening, and then they go into the realm of the Egyptian realm, at the end, I forgot what's the realm name. That particular realm. So everything is so compressed in the first season itself. So they could have taken it slow, but give the intensity of who is Moon Knight even more, introduce the character even more, and then plotline more of the story as it moves forward. That's what they should have done for most of the Disney Plus series.
Yep, understand. I think that's why also Loki also deserve a second season to expand more. They do it within 1 season. I don't think it's good enough.
Yeah, and Loki, I'm very sure Loki is only going to run up to the end of Multiverse Saga. It's as long as it needs to be connected to the Kang Dynasty. That's all. After there is no, because that's how the story is.
Yeah.
So probably Loki will be one of those particular series where it will. I think Loki might be renewed to season 3, but I think season 3 would probably be the last season, because I think it would be towards near to that whole Kang Dynasty Avengers Secret Wars era. We need to fill up that particular gap, you know. So I think we would need Loki season 3, and probably it would be the last.
I like how you're saying it confidently even before finishing season 2, you know. What if they just end everything in season 2? But yeah, I mean, I won't complain. Like, if they give us more Loki, I'll be more than happy. And yeah, Kevin Feige did also mention that, the approach that they're going to now is more on quality, less on quantity, because I think that's the mistake that they've been doing, right? They've been bombarding until my wallet also cannot tahan anymore. I got no money to go and watch all these movies and all. So I think it's a really good approach, focus on the quality of it, because Marvel MCU's quality has dropped a lot, especially in phase 4 and phase 5. But at the same time, I'm still seeing, a lot of lineups, but I really hope that they still cut off some of the lineups. Like for example, I think you were saying also, right, Arvind, I think Echo is unnecessary. Agatha is unnecessary.
Yeah, correct. But what I agree what you said, because why is that? Because they feel now currently, I think what Marvel feel, they already catch all the audience, and they feel like they can, if they throw any character at us, we're going to watch. Is in that case, they just want the content. Any content comes away, just throw it and we'll just watch it, kind of thing. So they don't not see that the important. I mean, you've created a universe. You cannot just be throwing characters. Okay, this character is there. Okay, just watch this. I mean, I understand there will be some of the series, some of the movies won't be the whole core plotline of the whole saga that you're creating. Like, for example, the first one, the Infinity Saga, the Multiverse Saga. Like, you see, Black Panther was not very core to the Multiverse Saga, but it's a core, how to say, I mean, it's a sequel to a movie, and you need to be there, because you cannot be waiting. Certain sequels, you cannot be waiting until the next saga comes out for the sequel. That's also, we have to see certain aspect of it. Understandable. So, and they can't just simply just throw movies or series such as that. And for example, if they really thought about the format properly on how to break down the seasons and episodes, I do not think we would even be getting an Agatha series. Because an Agatha series, it should be inside a WandaVision season 2. It should be there. Because WandaVision is a magic-based character, magic-based series. Agatha Coven of Chaos is also going to be a magic-based series, and it probably covers more on the magic world, more history of it. Why not that particular history of it? You just make it a WandaVision season 3. Season 2, season 2. Yeah, then move forward. And I mean, certain series you don't need to make spin-off out of it just for the sake of it. You can just build up the character even more. From there, you just make up multiple seasons. Actually, you can go more seasons if you want to, like up to season 7, as long as the story makes sense. As long as the story makes sense and is relatable to the saga which is ongoing. I mean, so it should be that. Even the Echo series.
Yeah.
For me, it's an unnecessary spin-off, because it's street level character and everything. We are going to see that in Daredevil and everything. In Echo, I feel so pity to say this, but I feel like it's just going to be a bridge. It was supposed to be a bridge to the Daredevil series, because Daredevil was supposed to pop into the series, and even Kingpin. So at the end of the day, probably the influential of Echo would not be there, because we see the more hardcore characters in there.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Echo should have just played along. The character should have been inside in those Daredevil series and be part of those character movies, because if you give her one season, what she's going to do, like the character in the comics, you cannot do multiple seasons. So they have to retune and analyze and do it properly. Even honestly, I don't even know why was there even a Vision Quest series.
So are you glad that they removed it?
I am glad. but of course there is a interest by who is this new White Vision now? What is he doing now? And then, of course, but I think that one he will look relatable in the Armor Wars movie. Stark Tech base, he goes back to the tech and something revolves around that, something like that. You just put a backstory between what has he been doing and something that you must know how to insert these characters where and they will work out well. Not just Vision Quest and then like, okay, what are you going to do? Vision Quest, we've already seen Vision in already WandaVision. What is that, the spin-off of Vision Quest? What are you going to do?
And because I'm also thinking, you have to see fan base also, like not many people know about Echo, not many people know about Agatha. So like how much would they be invested in to actually sit down and watch an entire series for this? Like, I don't think our audiences would even want to come and watch our breakdown videos if you do an Echo breakdown. But if you do a Daredevil background with Echo in it, then probably you guys will come and watch lah. I mean, it makes sense that way lah.
Yeah, I mean that if they continue doing as such, then it's not going to be proper. And I think Marvel, just because I think they have the money, they are just pumping out movies and series. Just initially, I think there was like a 4 movies plan in a year. Like every year, 4 movies out, and then like 4 series out. I mean, of course, I would love to watch the movies, but I know what is going on. If that happens, the creativity of it is going to go down the drain, right? So
and the quality is rushed lah. That's why
quality is rushed, and you all know what's going on with the writers' strike and everything. You butcher the VFX to keep on working on it. That's how. And that is why the quality of the VFX has been bad recently in whole Marvel movies, even the series as well.
Yeah,
but no complaints for Loki though. No complaints for Loki.
Loki is still the problem.
Yeah. Loki, the CGI is still. So, I mean, they should stick to at least maybe 3 movies a year and maybe 3 series a year. I think that so far that would be great. That would be decent, and make sure it's a relatable series, relatable movies. Okay, relax and don't rush things. Just because you have already stated dates for your Infinity Multiverse Saga when it's supposed to come out, and you're going to rush it, but just don't do that. It's okay. We can wait for the whole Secret Wars and Kang Dynasty. It's fine as long as you invest us with good stories and series moving forward. I think we should be happy and fine about it.
Correct. Yeah. So Marvel, if you guys hear this, we can wait as long your quality is good. If you just rush things, you're just going to lose all of our audience's interest. So
but I think. But one more thing, so I think recently they did a few of the special presentation, right? I think that is fine. It's a good idea. It is a good idea, but I think they should know how to deal with that. I don't want them to, just remove the concept of the special presentation. I think it worked well especially for Werewolf by Night. That was amazing.
Yeah,
that particular series was amazing. The special presentation was amazing. What they can do is they do a special presentation that can be like an intro, like a pilot, exactly like a pilot episode for the season 1. So season 1, this is how it's going to be. So they start with the season 1. This is a special presentation. So I think, for example, now we watched the whole Werewolf by Night special presentation. It's amazing. We can understand the product and we want to know more. So when we want to know more, we can actually have a Werewolf by Night season 1 from then onwards. So the presentation is like a pilot.
I think that's what they're doing. They're testing waters to see how our reception would be. But I hope they don't just dump a special presentation and then nothing continues from there. Hopefully they continue with something. So I think you guys have already got a clear view of what is going on with Marvel and what we actually think. I'm pretty sure most of you guys would agree the same, with whatever Harbin is saying and whatever I'm saying, especially for people who don't really like watching much series. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed our discussion, and whatever that we predict would actually come out in a good way, be a fruitful one, so that people don't lose interest in the MCU. Basically that's it. So if you guys like whatever that we discussed, and if you have anything to add on or any feedback that you have based on what you think, you can always leave your comments in this video. And also please don't forget to like and subscribe, and also hit the bell button icon. Sorry. My throat is so dry, but Harvin was talking the most, but my throat is dry because I'm sitting in the aircon. But what was I saying? Hit that bell icon so that we can continue making videos like this for you guys. And also don't forget, we have a Discord community. You can join us in our Discord community and we can discuss more about this. Link is in the description below, and also in our Instagram page, which is the geekstreet.my, where basically our editor over here, he'll post every single Marvel news and update that comes in. So you can always keep yourself updated in that. Okay? Anything else to say, Harvey?
No, just don't forget to watch all. If you guys are fan of Marvel, Star Wars, and everything whatsoever, just don't forget to watch all those and come back and watch our videos. We'll always make the time to do explainer videos, discussion. We just love doing this stuff for you guys, and it's out. I mean, it's a joy for us. Just do it, and it will be helpful for you to guys. Just hit a like and subscribe, and just help us out in this. And if you want more, we can do more. Any other content you want us to touch upon, just let us know. We will definitely do it for you guys.
Okay, guys. So that's all from us. This is the Geek Street, and the Street has spoken. See you guys. Bye bye.
Ciao, guys.